And we know they lied. They know they lied. It's why they're not here. They don't want to answer a single question. They can't bear to show their faces in public. And you know what? It's right that they can't do that, because the bill of goods they sold this country, they walked this country right into one of the greatest constitutional crises of our history, And now they are afraid to even show up to admit it. These are people, and this is a party that cannot be trusted with power, that cannot be trusted to tell the truth, the most basic truth. They all changed their tunes after Joe Biden debated President Trump, and the whole world could see he couldn't even form a sentence.
Hawley slams Dems for boycotting hearing on Biden's mental acuity, demands answers into auto pen use. In a hearing that has sent shockwaves through Washington, Senator Josh Hawley took the floor with sharp conviction, challenging both the silence and the credibility of his Democratic colleagues. His remarks came during a Senate session meant to examine President Biden's mental fitness and the White House's controversial use of the auto pen for official documents. With the Democrat side of the dais notably empty, Hawley wasted no time calling out what he described as a deliberate boycott, a refusal to face the truth and answer the hard questions. He painted a vivid picture of accountability avoided and truth delayed, declaring that the American people deserve answers about who is really making decisions in the highest office in the land.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Thanks to all the witnesses for being here. You know, the visual, sometimes it really is true. A picture speaks louder than words. It's worth 1,000 words. And here, all you have to do is look over at this side of the dais to see that the stone wall continues. I mean, from the party that lied to this nation for 4 years, let's just take a look at some of the things that our colleagues said on the Democrat side when their own Justice Department was concluding that Joe Biden, who, let's not forget, illegally took classified documents and kept them in his garage, in his freezer. I mean, Lord knows where. He just certainly didn't know. Their own Justice Department interviewed the guy and concluded he could not form the requisite mental state to stand trial. He did not have the mental ability to stand trial. And what did our Democrat colleagues say? Vice President Harris says, oh, no, the way that the Hur report characterized the president is so wrong. The president's demeanor is totally fine. Senator Smith, what the Hur said about the president not remembering his son's death, so unfair. Senator Kaine said this is grandstanding. Senator Fetterman said it's just cheap shots. You had other senators saying, Senator Ossoff in February of 2024, saying, and I quote, I found the president to be sharp, focused, impressive, formidable, and effective. In June 2024, Congressman Jeffries insists Biden was, and I'm quoting again, incredibly strong, forceful, and decisive. Where are they now? They don't want to answer for any of those quotes now. They lied to us for 4 years that running this guy for president again is a form of elder abuse. My, how they changed their tunes after that. Now they can't even show up in public to talk about it. This is embarrassing. But worse than that, it's dangerous. It is dangerous for this country. Mr. Wold, I want to pick up on something you just said a second ago about the OLC and their opinion as to when an auto pen can be used. Just be clear about this. Auto pen means not signed by the person. Auto pen is basically push of a button and it gets signed. OLC says only when the president specifically directs it and it is under his direct authority. Do I basically have that right?
That's correct, Senator.
So based on the facts we know, did that happen in this case with all of the pardons and clemencies and other giveaways that Joe Biden signed?
Assuming that the Biden White House complied with sort of traditional practice of presidential administrations and that there was record keeping either from the staff secretary or others, there should be records to indicate either through covering memorandum or briefing books where the president would have signed his signature authorizing this decision. None of that has come forward. That would be very easy to dispel some of these concerns. And I think what we're seeing here is really the auto pen is best understood as sort of a tool of executive convenience.
Hold on just a second. You just said something very important. I want to emphasize that. So what you're saying is that there's...
In this video, we unpack Hawley's fiery statements, the political tension that followed, and the larger implications for trust, leadership, and transparency in the U.S. government. Senator Josh Hawley's call for transparency stands as a moment of accountability that few are willing to take in Washington today. His demand for truth, clarity, and record disclosure is not about politics, it is about principle. At a time when Americans are losing faith in their government, Hawley's persistence sends a clear message. No one, Not even a president should be above scrutiny. He pointed out the